Yo, what's going on, guys? So obviously a huge day in the market. CPI sent this thing flying, sped up the process here to just go up and hit all these liquidity levels. Obviously, we came into today. Target number one was this high up here. Well, we were first looking for these highs, but obviously we took those this morning. We remember we took 719. Um, Obviously with CPI we took 719, which was yesterday's target, and then our next target was up here, uh, is 850, and then we were looking for yeah, this 850 level here, and now if we continued past 850 with this displacement, which is what we're getting right here, expecting a push up to this volume imbalance up here starting around, it's a little high there. It should be at the top of that body. So yeah, right there at that 970 level, I believe is the next draw for NQ. And then if you go to the 4 hour, you can see it's just a little gap as well. So looking for that to be filled. I do think we probably go up to that tomorrow, just based on today's price action, because remember yesterday or not yesterday, last Thursday we put in this daily OB, and then daily OB yesterday. This ends up just turning into another order block. But this is your order block, and then here's your propulsion block. You know, your an order block that forms off an old order block, and then you expect this candle to propel higher, much higher, and then you see that's exactly what happens here. Um, so going into tonight, um, obviously huge 4 hour candle here on NQ. This was today's low. You see, we came down. Lunch lows were in this area, and then well, lunch lows were in this candle, but obviously it's a 4 hour here. Lunch lows were right here. This 12 o'clock candle was right here. Was lunch lows. Came back down. We took lunch lows, tapped into this 4 hour FEG that we left on CPI, and then you see we're displacing back above, back above it. If price wanted to go lower, we would not have respected this 4 hour FEG, and now you see we're pushing back higher, which has me pretty convinced that we're headed up to that 970 volume imbalance next. Not to say we can't pull back more into this, but just something that is very likely, because you see we do still have an hourly that's untapped from CPI, and then it's also a 15-minute as well that we have not tapped into. So I mean, at some point maybe we get some kind of pullback, down into it, fill the 15, the hourly, and then go back up higher. It's definitely a possibility into the evening, but as of right now, not really what I'm seeing, because obviously we just a little bit ago I mean we had these candles that we formed after lunch lows. We took lunch lows here, and then if you draw your 50% here to here, you see all we did was, we took high of day 903, came back down, retraced 50 to the 50% mark, filled in this 15-minute FEG, this 50-minute FEG, and this one right here, filled them all, and now you see we displaced back up, and now we're headed back up to probably 919, and then probably higher. If this does come back down and displace below here, you're looking at 822 tonight, and then if we go take 822, we most likely come back down and look at 790, which is where this 15-minute and this hourly FVG begin. But you have to remember, we are already delivering from the 4 hour, so we do not have to come back down and test this. So today was pretty good price action. Like I said yesterday, didn't take any trades today because today was going to be a lot better. You see, like earlier earlier we took a long in here. We longed this 5 minute right here. We longed to here. We took some profits off at 65, I believe. Yeah, at this high, and then we took some more off here. Went to break even. We were looking for high of day here. The problem with this was obviously we took profits here. We went to break even. We got stopped to break even when we came down here. That's fine. Winning trade, right? Problem was we had these 5 minute equal lows down here shows how price comes back for them, and then obviously I've already said it 3 times now, but these were your lunch lows, your 12 o'clock. Whatever candle is your lowest between 12 and 1 o'clock, those are your lunch lows or lunch highs, depending on which direction the market's going that day. So you see, we took the lunch lows, we tapped into the 4 hour, and then we went back up. So, and then if we go down to like the 1 minute, there's a very very clean entry here. Um, Here on the 1 minute, you had a 1 minute inverse coming out. This was the tap into the 4 hour FEG. 4 hour sends it back up. We inverse this 1 minute. You could have bought this re-entry into the 1 minute with a stop close under, and you see we did not get there. And then I mean, if you wanted to, you could have held for all the way up to a high of day. Obviously, it takes a lot of courage to hold that far, but that's what runners are for. I did mention in chat uh, if this 5 minute was inversed, I did like longs. I didn't really alert it just because it happened so fast. We already closed way up here, and then I said we should go take 888, and then we should go take high of day up here at 903. That's exactly what happened. And then you see we kind of came back down. I do think the same thing is happening now. Like obviously this was your 15 minute as well that I showed you guys, but then this is the same highs and lows here. You see 50% came back down. We did leave a 5 down here, but we bounced. This is the 5 this is that 515 came back down, tapped into it, and now we're going back up. Obviously we're in close now, but if we close back over this 5 minute tonight, I think that says we'll go back up to 919 and then push up to 970 tomorrow. Really, anything more than that? Not really. You kind of see we're just putting in hourly order block, close above, hourly order block held, hourly order block held. This one was held right here, so you see we're just kind of pushing up here. Um, and then a big thing that's going to be important, this is going to turn into a 4 hour order block here in, what, 43 minutes? So you would not expect price to, maybe price comes back down and test it at that 860 level, but you would not expect price to violate this 4 hour unless it means we are going way back down. So this order block says a lot right here on the 4 hour, so I will be watching this as well. So yeah, just looking for a push to 970 tomorrow. This order block's kind of telling us that, as well as our displacement back up after the zero point 0.5 fib and whatnot. ES, we came in today looking for 4508, and obviously we took that, and then we were looking for 4514 as well. You see, we took both of those, took those highs, and then I said we were looking for 4521, which was the beginning of this daily order block. You see, it's not really, it's a little bit higher here, but you see, like 4521 ish, the bottom of this daily candle. You see, that's where we rejected today. So you want to see a push above this. If we can push it back above 45.22, then I think obviously our next target is like nothing's really here stopping price besides this daily order block here, um, and then I think we push back up to 45.65 tomorrow. Obviously ES will or NQ will get to 970 first. And then we'll have to see if if price rejects from there or if we do push higher. I did want to mention if we do get above 970 right here, I'm looking for the other high at 16,115, which would kind of line up with ES 4565-ish, or maybe even up to, well, 4598 would be back from there. But yeah, we need to push over 4522 if we expect ES to go higher. It is worth mentioning that, remember, I wanted a tap into the 4447. Obviously, we got that today on CPI. We closed above it, so it tells us price should continue higher here. So yeah, that's why I'm kind of expecting 45.665 if we get 40 if we keep displacing above 45.21 on ES. Really nothing to pay attention to on the weekly chart. ES is now working on a weekly inverse here. Something to keep in mind. Remember, NQ already closed above it last week on the weekly chart, and it kind of looks like. And I said, if NQ closed above this weekly, I probably just expect us to go back to all-time highs. Obviously, kind of looking like that. Now we have weekly FEG. We're working on a weekly FEG here. Maybe tomorrow puts in a high of week. We get a pullback, and then before going back up to all-time highs. But that's why we just wait for price action, right? And wait for the overnight action to kind of give us an idea going into the morning. Um, with that, I don't think there's much else. I need to look at a pullback for ES to the hourly would mean about 44.80, 82. Maybe look for a long there, but we do have an hourly right here as well, sitting down here at 44, and we'll call it 4,500. Maybe price pullbacks into there first. Worth noting as well. Last thing, ES did not tap into the 4-hour like NQ did. So if it does, it would also tap into the hourly, that first hourly there, sitting at 44.99.50, and then maybe longs out of there. But like I said, we don't have to. NQ already tapped into that 4-hour, like I showed you, and pushing higher. So with that, I think that's all I really want to show you guys. Hope you guys have a fantastic evening, and we will see you tomorrow.